She's everything you ever wanted. Captivating, intelligent, magnetic, the kind of woman who turns heads when she walks into a room. And somehow, against the odds, she chose you. For a while, everything feels cinematic. The chemistry hums, the energy flows, and you start believing you might have finally found something real. Then it shifts. Slowly at first, the slightly delayed replies, the distracted gaze at dinner, the sense that her attention is elsewhere. You feel her slipping through your fingers, and instinct takes over. You hold tighter. You text more, plan more, accommodate more. You think effort will save it. But the tighter you hold, the faster it dissolves. What happened? You went from being the prize to chasing validation, from being chosen to auditioning. The real reason you lose. Most men lose high-value women, not because they lack looks, status, or confidence, but because they approach love from scarcity, not choice. Scarcity whispers, she's rare. Don't mess this up. You're lucky she's even here. Choice says, I'm valuable too. I'm here because I want to be, not because I have to be. When scarcity drives your behavior, it changes everything. You become overly available because you're afraid space will mean loss. You avoid conflict because disagreement feels dangerous. You overgive because you think your natural presence isn't enough. That energy is invisible in words but loud in vibration. She feels it. She doesn't analyze it. She just knows. The confidence that drew her in gets replaced by anxiety that pushes her away. And once you start needing her to prove your worth, she stops believing in it. That's the paradox of desperation. It makes the thing you want move further away. The hidden skill, outcome independence. The most magnetic men share one trait, emotional independence. They love deeply, but they're not owned by the outcome. They can invest fully without needing to control how the story ends. This is not detachment, it's maturity. It's knowing, I can care about you and still be whole if you walk away. That emotional balance is profoundly attractive. It tells her she can relax. She doesn't have to manage your self-esteem, fix your moods, or reassure you constantly. You're not looking for her to complete you. You're inviting her to join you. True power in relationships isn't control. It's composure. The 3 pillars of irreplaceable men. Keeping high-quality relationships isn't about tricks, lines, or endless performance. It's about building a foundation of 3 interlocking strengths, what I call the 3 pillars of the complete man. 1. Sustainable attraction. The ability to keep chemistry alive naturally, without manipulation or exhaustion. 2. Emotional security. The stability and emotional intelligence that make her feel safe, seen, and respected. 3. Purposeful leadership. A clear direction in life that she wants to be part of, because it inspires her rather than controls her. When all 3 are present, relationships grow richer over time instead of decaying from routine. 1. Sustainable attraction. The art of tension and space attraction isn't built on constant access. It thrives on rhythm. You can't microwave connection. You have to let anticipation breathe. Men often think proximity builds intimacy, but attraction is like fire. It needs oxygen. Constant attention smothers it. Sustainable attraction means maintaining your individuality, your goals, friendships, projects, and purpose, even while being fully invested in her. You don't stop living your life when love arrives. You keep building, so she's drawn into the momentum of your world. She fell for the man who had focus, direction, and mystery. Don't kill that by becoming permanently available. Attraction isn't about being distant. It's about being deep. Keep evolving, and she'll keep discovering new parts of you. 2. Emotional security, the calm in the storm. Real security isn't about money, muscles, or dominance. It's emotional steadiness, the sense that no matter what happens, you won't lose yourself. It's being able to hear her anger without collapsing, to hold her tears without rushing to fix them, to stay composed when she tests you, not because you're unfeeling, but because you're grounded. Attraction may draw her in, but security makes her stay. This kind of stability comes from having a life you control, not a life she manages, from self-regulation instead of reactivity. When you're stable, she can finally relax, because your calm becomes her peace. 3. Purposeful leadership, vision, over validation. Leadership isn't dominance, it's direction. It's knowing where your life is going and inviting her to walk beside you, not dragging her behind or orbiting around her plans. A man without a mission soon becomes a man without attraction. When your energy has no anchor, your relationships will drift. True leadership is about decisiveness, consistency, and responsibility. You consider her input, but you don't outsource your compass. You know what matters to you and move toward it confidently. When a woman senses that you have purpose, something bigger than the relationship itself, she respects your time, your focus, and your presence more. Why this works: attraction without security creates chaos. Security without leadership creates boredom. Leadership without attraction creates distance. But when all three exist, love feels effortless, alive, safe, and inspired. And here's the truth most men forget. Truly desirable women aren't surrounded by options, they're surrounded by noise. They meet endless men who either pedestalize them or fear them. What they rarely find is a man who is centered, unthreatened by beauty, grounded in purpose, and emotionally fluent enough to handle connection without losing himself. That's your advantage. Mastery. From technique to truth. The 3 pillars aren't tactics. They're transformations. You can't perform them. You have to become them. Every time you text less out of fear and more out of choice, you strengthen your internal abundance. Every time you stay calm instead of reactive, you build trust. Every time you lead with clarity instead of appeasement, you reinforce respect. Over time, these behaviors stop being techniques and become your baseline identity. And that's when you become magnetic. Final truth. You don't keep a woman by holding on tighter. You keep her by being the kind of man who doesn't need to. When your self-worth isn't negotiable, when your life is rich with purpose, and when your heart is steady under pressure, you don't chase love, you attract it. That's the paradox. The less you need her to stay, the more she chooses to. Because the rarest kind of man in today's world isn't the richest or the most charming. It's the one who's complete before she arrives.